It finally happened. You got married, you got your dream job, you got kids, and then you go and look in the mirror and realize you have a dad bod, and you're wondering, where did this come from? Well, in this video, I'm gonna give you 3 steps on how to go from dad bod to your ideal physique, as long as that physique isn't something like Thor or Captain America or some other movie star superhero type of thing. And speaking of movie stars, the same thing happens to them. Will Smith got overweight.
Will Smith's dad bod has inspired a social media movement.
He quit working out, just started eating whatever he wanted, and he even made a whole video series on how he was gonna try to lose all that weight and get in the best shape of his life. And when you see these movie stars, it's easy for people to say, well, you know, they're getting paid millions of dollars for these roles. All they have to do is exercise and eat right. They have their own chefs, they have their own trainers, all this stuff. It's easy for them. Well, that brings me to step number 1, and that is stop making excuses. I have 2 jobs, 5 kids, a wife, I'm running these YouTube channels trying to grow them, and I still manage to stay in shape. And that is what I love about fitness, because it is all up to you. You might say, well, I don't have time to do that like you do. Well, the thing is, you will find time for what is important to you. I challenge you, if you think you don't have enough time to spend 30 minutes to an hour a day on your own personal health, then I want you to get a notebook and start writing down every single day, everything you do with the times, and you'll see how much time you spend on the couch, how much time you spend scrolling through your phone, when you could be doing those same things literally while exercising. You could have a TV on while you're on a treadmill or a bike or something like that. We'll get to that later, but just remember, you will make time for what is important to you, so do not make excuses and just instead make excuses to do it. Because your health should be one of your top priorities. It's one of the things that's gonna help you live for a long time, so try to find a way to incorporate that into your everyday habits and make fitness a part of your lifestyle. But what is fitness? A lot of people tend to think that it's just crazy diet and fitness programs that you do for a short amount of time to get in shape. I mean, look at Will Smith. It didn't work out too well for him in his program.
I don't want to do any of this. I'm finished with the best shape of my life.
And when it comes to how you look, your diet is going to determine how lean you are, whereas your exercise is going to help determine how fit you are. So step 2 is keep your diet in check. And you don't need to completely change the way you eat, because you won't stick with it. And even if you do manage to for long enough and lose the weight, you'll probably gain the weight back when you go back to those same old habits that you used to. So what we're going to do is make new habits. So consider this. All it takes is eating an extra 100 calories more than you need per day, every single day, and after a year, you will gain 10 pounds. And consider over 5 years, that would be 50 pounds. So it's not like you just got fat overnight. It's a slow process, so you can make slow changes as well on the other end. You do something drastic, it's probably not gonna last. So what is a simple way to do this? Start making substitutions. For instance, say you're gonna have pizza. You don't have to cut pizza out, but if you are gonna have pizza, instead of getting a deep dish, how about you get a thin crust pizza? You can be cutting out almost 100 calories per slice of a large pizza just by getting a thin crust. Also, if you're gonna have a soda, instead of having a normal Coke, have a Diet Coke or Coke Zero or Mountain Dew Zero, whatever kind of zero. Most canned sodas are anywhere from 100 to 150 calories. You can cut out that right there just by having a calorie-free soda. And it's not gonna hurt you unless you start drinking like 40 to 50 a day for the next 20 years. If you like eating eggs for breakfast, try having egg whites. It cuts out a lot of the fat and a lot of the calories. All these little changes, just by those 3 things, if you had eggs, soda, and pizza, you could cut out 500 calories that day just by making these substitutions that I just talked about. And there are so many of them, and I have lots of videos on the channel with low calorie, high volume foods that will keep you full, taste good, and you can keep eating them even when you're done with your diet. It's what I do. That's one of the ways I can stay lean, because I feel full when I eat all the time, and it's not an issue for me. I'm not thinking about food, being hungry, all that type of stuff. Just find the things that work that you actually like, because in order for that diet to work, you got to enjoy it. And I don't mean diet just as in restricting, I mean what you eat diet. So you change the way you eat, and then when you get to whatever weight you want, you just eat more of those same things, and that helps you continue in the lifestyle that got you to the way you want to be. And step 3 is to find some kind of exercise that you like. I'm not saying that you need to have muscles and look like me or be all ripped or anything like that, but whereas you can get leaner from dieting, that doesn't necessarily make you healthier overall. Yes, if you are really overweight, a lot of your health problems can go away by losing weight, but your cardiovascular health can improve greatly if you start doing something like running, bike riding, swimming, skateboarding, you name it, some kind of sport activity that you like to do, and start doing that a little bit at a time and just try to do a little more each time, get a little better, a little faster, something like that, and your cardiovascular system will improve. And I do suggest lifting weights, maybe even once a week. If it's not something you like, you can still do a little bit because it's good to build your muscles rather than just letting them shrink. And as you get better and go harder at those exercises, that makes it even easier to burn more calories, which means you can eat even more food and helps you stay lean. So exercise does play a role in how lean you can get, or how quickly you can get lean or stay lean, but I like to say that it's more so diet, just because you can do a ton of exercise and still eat way more food than you need. Just think about my 10,000 calorie challenge. I burned a lot of calories that day, but I still ate 5,000 calories more than I needed for the day. So you can't out-exercise a bad diet. So you need to learn the right type of diet tricks in order to eat things that are good for you, that'll keep you full, and just healthy foods in general. Yeah, a lot of times they're lower calorie, and so it is easier to stay lean and keep you healthy, but you don't have to eat just healthy foods. You can eat things like pizza, those other types of things. Just don't do it all the time, and don't go crazy when you do eat it. And there will be times when you don't feel like exercising, but you gotta think, I'm making a commitment to this. Don't make excuses. Like the other day, I got to a hotel, I'd been traveling all day long, I was tired, I was thinking, I just kinda wanna sit around and watch TV or something, but they had a pool there, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go start swimming. I'll do 15 minutes instead of an hour today. And once I got going, I was like, okay, I'm feeling good, I'm gonna keep going. So a lot of times, if you just go and start, do something easy, you'll get into the rhythm, get into the mood, and then wanna push even harder. And a lot of times, those are the days that you have PRs and do some of your best workouts. And tracking what you're doing is really what helps you see progress over time, because as you slowly lose weight, you won't really notice it a whole lot in the mirror. But if you take a picture now and then another picture in 3 months, and you think, wow, that's a big difference. Or take measurements of your body, your waist, your arms, whatever you're trying to lose fat or gain muscle in, and you can look at those measurements along with your scale, your pictures, your measurements, put all that together and think, wow, I just went over this period of time from dad bod to my ideal bod. And you'll be surprised, as long as you stick with it, what you can do. And the great thing is, we're making new habits, so once you get to that physique you want, you don't just go back to not working out. You don't go back to eating junk food all the time. Now you've made new habits, it's a new lifestyle, and you can continue doing the same things, but just, eat more food than you were before, the same type of foods. And keep pushing harder to exercise, and you'll keep improving. And you'll find that, at least for me, when I exercise, it helps me to get more disciplined. It helps me to get in the right mindset to be more productive, especially when I do it earlier in the day. So whatever works for you, just make sure that you are giving it your all with whatever you do. So I hope this was helpful. Leave a thumbs up, comment, Instagram, Camber Fitness, all that good stuff. And I'll see y'all in the next one.